Okay, hello everybody. Thanks for joining to our session today in our webinar with visual management of our Jira. My name is Victoria. I am technical architect here in Technofor and here with my colleague Raul Pelais. You can introduce yourself, Raul.
I'm Raúl Peray, the Director of Solutions in Techno4, and welcome to this super great webinar, Visual Management for your Jira. Thanks, Victoria.
Thank you. So, we will be talking about how we can improve our visual management into Jira, enhancing collaboration and efficiency. The idea is giving more power to our users, admins, and managers in the way that they could be uh, achieving the best of our tools of Jira, improving our environments with visual management plugins. So, just a quick agenda before about the topics that we will be talking about into this session. We have a brief introduction. Also, we will be discussing why visualizing the process is important, the introduction to Kanban Combined Whip for Jira Cloud, our plugin, also introducing the new Status Color Pro. It's another plugin really interesting that improves a lot the visualization that we have from our Jira and boards. We will be talking about the benefits of the visual management. We have also some expert tips for visual management success and a session about Q&A. After each presentation, we have also a demonstration part where we will be showing you how we could be using in the best way those plugins to assist you on improving our visualization. So the idea is having more power into our boards and improving the way that we are managing our activities. Here, for example, you can check how we could be managing and changing to make more advanced and powerful our tool, our boards, turning it really clear to the final user. So we are improving with the columns, with the swim lanes, and all the points we are detailing better in some minutes. So, related to our the improvement of our visualization, let's explore the importance of improving this visualization for our process to make it more effectively. Also, how do we achieve our goals in order to have an excellence into our management, into the projects. Also, the goal of using these tools in order to improve our Jira visualization is enhancing the collaboration of the team, improving this efficiency and empowering the users that are working into the same instance, working into their projects and sharing knowledge and activities. So, why visualizing the process is important? It is important because when we have a better visualization of the entire project, we can have a big picture of the process of what we are working, and this give us lots of comprehensive and facilitates a lot the process that we are working. It reduces the bottlenecks and all the problems that we could be facing just for not having a better visualization of the tool. So it promotes the transparency to the teams and also share the knowledge between people from the team and everybody that is using the board, at least to check how the work is being done, even for the stakeholders, for everybody from the team that it's participating in some way. It's collaborative environment and it helps a lot with all this transparency, and we can make it faster to assimilate and understand what is the moment of my issues, what is the moment of my activities that I am working on, turning the visualization much better with these colorful workflows. In this way, we can understand in a faster way when it's canceled, when it's done, when it's closed. We know that we have the full colors for the Jira environments, and here by using this improvement with the colors tool, we are making it easier to visualize and understand the moment of our issues. Otherwise, before we had the same colors, final colors for the final status like closed, cancel, done, and we didn't identify it as fast as we can do in this way. And right now, let's check in more details how we could be working with this Kanban combined whip for our Jira Cloud. In order to work with Kanban combined whip, we will be adding this tool to add more progress to improve the visualization of our risks of all the blocked tasks that we have. We are improving adding colors codes into our filters into our information, so we reduce the errors that could be done by the teams, since we are improving the understanding of the issues of the tasks status that we are working on. We will be able to work with combined columns and also swim lane with limits. That this improves a lot also the way that we could be filtering and understanding uh, what kind of issue is in which status and if they have limits, if they are breaching the limits or not. We understand all of this. We can improve also our board related to our backgrounds and much more. So for example, in here, we can see that we have whip limits into the columns, and we can also combine those whip limits. For example, into this column named selected for development, we have a whip limit of 2 cards into this column, and in the in progress column, we have 3 cards, a maximum of 2 cards also. And we can see that it's already breaching the limit into this column of in progress, since we have 3 cards added in here. And in the top of these 2 columns, we are combining both columns into one whip limit, mentioning that we can have a maximum of 4 cards into both columns. If we achieve this maximum number, if we breach it, then we are going to see in red the columns signalizing that we are having more issues added to the columns than the planned one, the expected ones. Okay. And we can also make our board more flexible, the visualization, by expanding columns or collapsing the columns to just keep the information that it's really important to us that we are working on at the moment. So we are helping the customer also. We are helping on achieving the customer end-to-end flow. We are creating different visualizations, since for example I can just remove the first column to do column from my board and seeing just the columns that are in progress at the moment. These are the ones that I am working on and the ones that I need to pay attention, so I don't need to be seeing extra columns at my board, and this can be done per user. You can have a visualization just for you that is different from the team. uh, as we were mentioning, we can also generate the buffers within our boards and unify the group columns as needed. So we could also be seeing here in this big picture. It's an example about what I was just talking to you. When I remove the information that it's not needed at the moment and just keep the columns that are important that I am tracking the work that is being done. So I just keep here the session, the column of development and QA that involves these other 4 columns in below them. There are the select for development, in progress, ready for QA, and in QA. I just don't need to be seeing at this moment to do column or done column, for example. And we could be turning it better and optimizing the limit of our screen spaces by prioritizing the information that it's necessary to us and just seeing the needed into our screens. We are going to see also during the demo that we have some extra functionalities like scrolling into our boards, so it improves the visualization when we are accessing into a mobile, for example, or a tablet that we have small screens, and we can scroll into our board and getting a better overview of our project. Also in the cards that we can use different colors, extra colors, in order to add uh, more dimension to our information, and it being able to identify in a easier way and faster way the information. We can also add those colors based on JQL queries by configuring it into our board directly, and transition colors can be added as well. The transition from one color to another one can be based on conditions actually. So in this way, by adding these functionalities, configuring in the way that we want to be seen in the boards, we are focusing our attention only in what matters at our moment. Okay, you can see in here that we have different swim lanes that can also have WIP limits, and we can expand or collapse them based on the way that we prefer to visualize our board. And we can enhance context and personalize it better uh, by customizing our board, adding backgrounds into the boards for the team or for the user itself. It's really nice because it can give us the identification, helps us on identify really faster what project we are accessing at the moment, what we are checking, the information that we need. So we can differentiate the boards in a really easy way with this functionality. For example, in here, where we have two different projects from the soccer teams, and we have the background identifying what team we are working with, and we are talking about what are the issues that we have to be working related to Real Madrid or Barcelona, for example. And related to the swim lanes that I was describing, we can categorize them in different types of work. We can prioritize the urgent ones and adding in the top of our board. The blocked also we can signalize in an easy way, adding those indicators to show the numbers of cards that we have in each swim lane. As were seeing in the columns, we can have the same for the swim lanes. And we can understand when we are exceeding these limits, because they change the colors automatically, and the board shows the cards in red or the columns in red directly. Related to the configurations of our swim lanes, we can configure the limits and how we will be working with it directly into the board configuration, as we are seeing in here. And we are able to work also with explicit policies. We can display the explicit policies into our boards that we define per column, for example. This makes us improving our work into Kanban boards, into the boards that we are working on, since we are using the agile visualization and the rules into our boards, that this is not able by default into Jira environments. So with this tool, we can improve and add this functionality as well. Also, we could avoid explicitly mentioning Kanban to accommodate all users. And here we can see an example of these explicit policies, how we are able to see it. We can add the explicit policies into our columns, click on them, and being checking the ones that we are working on and that we have covered when we are working into those columns. We also have the feature of working into the dark mode theme in Atlassian. So we are compatible with these Atlassian teams. The plugin works in the same way. Of course, the colors change a bit to be adapted for the dark mode, um, and to be able to visualize in a easier and faster way what we are talking about, if we are breaching the whip limit or not, if the cards are blocked or not, if the swim lanes are being breached as well or not. Okay. And right now, let's start a quick demo and understand how it works in practice. I will stop
Thank you,
sharing.
Victoria. Uh, I will share my screen. Give me a 1 second. Share my screen, and it's on the window. Okay. Could you see my screen, Victoria?
Yes.
Well, this is the typical Kanban board in Jira Cloud. Okay, as you can see, we have different columns, but we have merged or combined these columns in three stages: committed, development, and QA. Okay, and the plugin allow us to combine these columns. And let's see the same Kanban board without the plugin. Okay, let's go here. Let's disable Kanban combine with. And if we go again to this board, this is the usual Kanban board in Jira. Okay, as you see, we cannot combine the column. We cannot see in a blink that are merged these both columns, and the width limit is exceeded in development, but I cannot see that in isolated columns. Okay, for this reason, we need this extension to allow us to improve and enhance this typical Kanban board of Jira. Okay. Well, when we install this plugin in Jira, usually is a task that must be done by the Jira administrator. Let's go to the apps. Usually, the Jira administrator needs to go to Find New Apps and put here Kanban Combine With, and is this one. We need to click here and add to our instance. Okay, until 10 users, the plugin is totally free. Okay, and then once installed in the Jira instance, the users can go to the apps menu, and after can go to Kanban whip option. Okay, in this way they will be able to download the application for the browse. Okay, it's compatible with Safari, with Google Chrome, and with Microsoft Edge and Firefox. Okay, only need to go to continue and install in Chrome. Okay, the extension. Then once installed the extension, we will see Command Combine Whip here. Okay, well, let's go again to the board. Once installed the plugin, we can combine these columns. How to combine these columns? Well, it's very easy. We click in the three dots button, we go to board settings, and we set a prefix with this character two times, okay, the 2 points, two times, in order to combine this column with the next column, okay? As you see, the next column has the same prefix, the next has development prefix, and it's combined with the next one, and QA, etc. Okay, well, that's the trick. We use this prefix, and magically the word is combined. Okay, well, uh, we have also a toolbar that is shown when you have the plugin installed. Okay, and with these buttons, you can change the visualization. Let's take a look to Combine With. Okay, if I click in Combine With or unclick, when I unclick, this is the isolated limits. Okay, in other words, it's the limit for in progress. It's the limit for the done column. Okay, but when we combine these limits, as you can see here, is not exceeded because there are 4 cars and the maximum is 4. Then the threshold is not exceeded. Okay. We have a lot of things here. As you can see, we have the explicit policies enabled, and we can click in the explicit policies and edit. This information can be only edited by board admins, okay, and project admins. And we can add more things, and it's rich text, okay. We can add icons, we can add tables, and panels. Okay, it's very useful for to introduce this information of definition of ready, definition of done. Okay, you can have here all the definitions instead of use the typical checklist. Okay, we have experimented with a lot of teams, and the checklist is not cool because the developers, when use always the same checks, they check all always. Okay, then we think it's better to have the policies explicit, but and can be shown in the Kanban board in the columns. And for us, it's much better than have checklist. Okay. Well, we can see more policies here, and as you see, is a rich text. We can show or hide these explicit policies, and when we need it to read again, we click again and see these policies. Okay, it's very easy. More things that we have when we install Kanban Combine With, we have also a button for collapse and expand. This is a button to make a different mode of the usual Kanban board. Let me explain. If I click in collapse and expand, okay, you will see that at this moment there are less columns than after, okay, than before, sorry. If we click here, we reset the configuration, and it's the usual Kanban board, okay? This is the complete Kanban board. Then, as you can see, there are these icons of the cross, okay, and we can remove these columns. Let's see, for example, if I only need to see the backlog columns and the development columns, and the other columns are noisy, um, are too much for me, okay, then we only need to click in the cross, and we remove these columns, okay? And it's stored in our browser settings, okay? In other words, if I click again here, I can see the entire Kanban board with all the columns. But when I click again, I see the store mode that I have configured before. Just you need to click in the cross, and we'll see this mode, okay, of the columns expanded to the entire width of the screen. If we need to configure again, don't worry. We can click here and reset again the collapsed columns and remove only the columns that we need to remove. Okay? It's very useful, this option. More things. Let's see again the entire Kanban board. This is a big screen, and we have no problems with this screen. But imagine we are in a laptop with a small screen. Okay, imagine that we have assume like something like this. Okay. We need a little bit more of space in the cards in order to see better the information. Okay. Then we can click in scroll, and you will see scroll is 1 second, because I don't know with the zoom if it's working. When I click in scroll, we will see a scroll here. Okay. And we can scroll the entire Kanban board and see um, the card with a zoom, okay? And it's very useful, as Victoria mentioned before in the slides, with laptops, okay? If we use laptops, we need this option to scroll the board, okay? The same happens with the zoom. We can zoom in, zoom out, and see and improve our board, okay? Let's see more things. Let's go again with the 100% zoom. This is the usual zoom. Let's unclick the scroll and let's see how we configure the web limits in swim lanes. Okay, if we go to the three dots button and board settings, and we go to swim lanes, this is the usual configuration of a Jira board. Okay, as you can see, we have three swim lanes: one for expedite tickets, the most urgent ones, another one for standard, and another one for blocked or canceled issues. Okay. Well, as you can see, there is a new button here, swim lane with limits, and we can click to in order to change these limits. Let's put another limit. Let's put 10 cars as a limit in the expedite swim lane, for example. Let's put 99 here, and let's save. If we go back to the board, we will see these limits. This is the limit, 10 in the first one lane and 99 in the second one. Well, as you can see, the the this panel of information, okay, is green or is red depending on the cars that exist in this swim lane. We usually split the swim lanes in classes of services, for example, okay, with expedite, intangible, etc. And as you can see, we can put a limit in those swim lanes. Well, and to finish, let's go again to board settings. I want to show you something more. Car colors. Well, we work, or the plugin works with the usual car colors of Jira. If your car colors is based on priorities or issue types or jQuery, don't worry. This color selected will be the colors that we put in the entire car, okay? It's full colored car. Well, if we click in color, we will see that this is the usual Kanban color. Okay, we in the usual Jira color. In the usual Jira color, we see only a line with the color. That's only the color that we can see in Jira. Well, with the plugin, we can see the entire color, and we can transition the from one color to another. Imagine we have this ticket, and is not urgent, but let's see that is urgent. Okay, well, when we change the urgency of this ticket, we see this ticket is now in the expedite swim lane and it's in red, okay? And we see in a blink that is urgent. And another thing more, as Victoria mentioned before, we can configure in the general settings of the Kanban board a theme background, okay? We only need to select the background we need. There are a lot of backgrounds, but you can set here an URL to your favorite background and click just save. Okay, let's see, it's enabled at this moment. And if we go back, we see, let's click in background, enable background image, and you will see the theme background. Okay, it's cool. Let's uncheck the background. And well, that's all the configuration that we can enhance and the visualization aspect of our Kanban boards using this plugin. Okay. If you have some questions or something, we can answer at the end of this session. Okay, Victoria. Uh, thank
Let's
you.
continue.
Let me unshare this.
Okay, so let me just start sharing again. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, let's continue here with talking about our new status color pro that we could be adding and using into our Jira Cloud. A brief introduction about this plugin and what it assists you, how it assists us, and how it improves the visualization. Actually, it helps us on unleashing the power of color codes and improving the understanding of our activities. It will help us on avoiding the manual errors, the mistakes that people from the team when they are dragging and dropping a card, for example, from one column to another one, as they didn't identify it really fast what is it, they could be sending to the wrong column or from our board, or putting them um, in a different status that it's not the one that corresponds to the urgency of that ticket, for example. So it ensures that our metrics are going to be more accurate and also promote reliable workflow. In this way, using this plugin as well, we have some other functionalities that helps us on the ticket transitioning. We can audit the transitions of our tickets into a panel that brings with this plugin and assist us a lot into the configuration. Sorry. And it also gives us a quick overview about the time spent that we use it into each status. So here we can see into an example the transitions of our issue. So all the status that this issue has been moving to. So we can see the moments that they have been transitioning to in progress, to QA, to ready for QA, and we can identify really in a faster way and an easier way. Also avoiding the mistakes, for example, that we had before, as the statues had the same color, for example. Using the basic functionalities of Jira, we have all final status in green, like closed, canceled, done, resolved. If we have these different colors into our workflows, we improve a lot, because so many times people in the team cancel a ticket wrongly. They wanted to move to resolve it and they clicked on canceled, for example. If we improve this with the colorful workflow, it assists us a lot on avoiding these mistakes. And we have the complete tracking into the transitions and the time that we spent into each status. If you notice here, just besides this panel, we have a time and status column that shows the amount of time that we spent into each status. Okay. So the idea is improving this visualization and facilitating the work that the team is doing. And this configuration, it's not used only into the boards, into the issues, but also into the dashboards that we are adding to our team. The dashboards we are creating into the gadgets, the normal ones that we use directly into our Jira, like filter results, two-dimensional get, all of them, they are compatible. So the colors that we added into the different stages of our workflows are being shown in here as well. And it's also compatible with the dark mode. As the previous one that we were mentioning, uh, the this other plugin, the colors for Jira Cloud, also it's compatible with dark mode. Of course, the colors they vary a bit just to be better into the visualization. The tone of red or pink they change a little bit, but they are compatible into the dark mode, the dark theme of Atlassian. So right now, let's see in Prezi, into a demo as well, how it works and how we could be using it.
Thank you,
So
Victoria.
please,
Let
how?
me share again. I'm sharing my screen again. Okay. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a quick introduction to this plugin. This plugin is to colorize the status, usual status or standard statuses of Jira and the workflows. Okay. And as Victoria mentioned before, It's important because the colors transmit information to us. Well, for example, it's not the same see cancel status in green than cancel status in red. Okay. The same happens with the waiting, on hold, or blocked statuses. We need to identify in a faster way that some tasks are blocked, or and the best approach for this, in my opinion, is changing the color of the status. Okay. Well, how does it works? Usually, the Jira admin needs to go to the application section of Jira and to find new apps and select here new status colors pro. Okay, it's compatible with Jira Data Center and also for Jira Cloud. Okay, and it's Cloud 45, of course. Well, uh, as we mentioned before in Kanban Combined Whip, it's totally free to up to 10 users in Jira Cloud. Okay, then if you have a Jira Cloud that with only 5 users, this plugin it's free for you. We usually install it by here, and the users, like the other plugin, needs to go to applications and go to new colors. And after this, they need to click in download your app and continue in order to install this application in the browser. Okay, it's totally compatible with Safari, Apple Safari, okay, with Google Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. We install it in our browser. We will see this check here, this icon, okay. And well, after this, the administrator needs to configure a little bit, only a little bit, the color of the status of the statuses in the general or global section to usual of Jira. Okay. In other words, we go to statuses. The statuses is the typical section of to configure the statuses in Jira, and we put in the description a color, and the color must be in lowercase, okay, and we can see some examples. For example, close is dark green in my case, in progress is yellow, and open is cyan, and selected for development in my case is pink or gray. Let's see cancel. Okay, cancel in that case has no color, but I can put here red and put red. Okay. The color must be between parentheses and in lowercase. And we can configure a lot of statuses in that way. Okay. We only edit and change the description. That's only the configuration. Well, after configure this by a Jira admin, we can check the effects. Okay, let's go first to the typical dashboard of Jira. As we can see, the plugin, it's colorizing the statuses in the gadget, the usual gadget of Jira. This is the two-dimensional gadget. It's very typical to have a dashboard with this gadget, and the same with filter results. Okay, we can see here the status and the color. Okay. More things, not only in dashboards, we can go also to some of these issues. Let's go, for example, to this one. And we see the color here and also in the linked issues and subtasks. If we click in the status of the ticket, we can change the status and the imagine we have cancel, but cancel is in red. I see in a blink that I cannot click here because this is to cancel the ticket. Okay, and remember, in Kanban we go always to one direction. Okay, we never go back, or practically never. And for the reason, it's important to do not do mistakes in the tickets. Okay, well, we can transition, for example, to ready for QA, and if we go and see the workflow, mhm, we can check here that the colors are in the workflow too, and it's very easy to transition and see and do not do mistakes. Well, let's go to ready for QA, let's go to in QA and business validation, and we can close the ticket, okay? And always we see the colors, and it's easy to identify. More things, these colors, if we go to, for example, to the issues of a project, we see also the colors here. We can click and see the colors too. The same happens if we go to the filters, or if we search for issues, it's the same. We see also the status with the color. Well, let's go, for example, to a software, company managed software project like this one. And we can see, for example, the timeline. Okay, it's compatible with roadmaps and advanced roadmaps of Jira. The colors are here, okay, and also in the panels of the right panels, the same happens. We can see the workflow and the colors here, and it's very good because we can in one in a in a blink we can see all the situation of our development or the stages. Okay. Uh, well, it's not only compatible with Jira, it's compatible with Confluence. Okay, if you create a page in Confluence and put the typical Jira issues macro, the Jira issues macro, if you show the status of the issue, uh, the status will be colorized. Okay, and the same happens with Jira Service Management. If we go to a Jira Service Management project like this one, we see the color in the queues. We can see the workflow inside the queues, and it's not only compatible with this. You can go to also to the customer portal, and if you have some issues created, you will see the color in the status and the same inside the ticket. Okay. Well, it's as you see, it's super integrated with entire Jira. Not only Jira software is for Jira Service Management and with Conference. Well, we are also integrating more systems of Atlassian in the same plugin. And now only the last thing. Let's go to the last ticket, the closed ticket. I remember. I don't know if it's this one. Okay. Well, as Victoria mentioned before, we have a super feature in this plugin, and it's the transition panel. We can click in the transition panel within the issue and see all the transitions that happens in this ticket. If I transition again, you will see this transition here. Okay, we have different views of this panel because you can see only the transitions, okay? But if you have cycles in your workflow, you can see also the transitions grouped, okay? In that case, it's a sequential workflow and there are no cycles. For this reason, it's only one time here, okay? But there are also another visualization of this transition panel, and is the timing status panel, okay? And here you can see the for each status with the color, the time spent in each one. Okay? This is very useful information when we measure customer lead times, etc. Or lead times. If you have some questions, we can answer at the end of this webinar. Thank you, Victoria. You can continue.
Thank you. Let's continue. You could be adding the questions in the chat if you want to. So we will be answering in some minutes. Let me just start sharing again.
Okay.
Okay, so a summary about the benefits of the visual management, these improvements that we are doing with the integration of these two plugins into our Jira environments. By adding them, we improve a lot the collaboration and the efficiency of the team, the transparency as well, and the comprehension of the people of the team in order to identify in a really faster way the errors and resolve them uh, in really as soon as possible. Also, we will be helping on achieving better reports. Since we are also tracking the information that we are doing in a better way and helping on the decision making of the team. In this way, we also empower the users, the administrators, and the managers of our teams on using the tool in a better way, having an overview of their project in a much better way as well. Remembering that it's a free plugin until 10 users, we can explore so many features that we are extending the power and the capabilities of Jira in this way. Also, all those points that how was mentioning in here, those extra buttons like the transition ones, the panels, and all of this is not the full functionality from the tool from Jira, and we are improving it a lot. So try to start the experiencing the plugins and getting all the benefits with them. We really recommend the installation and to know how it will help you, how it will assist your team on having a better visualization, a better overview of your projects. So let's just talk about some tips that we have from our experts about the visual management success, how it is helping the teams on working in a better way, what are the best practices that they are recommending to improve the visualization of your Jira, the insights from experts, and also the strategies that the majority of the professionals use in order to maximize the productivity of the team and having a better value of their projects and products. So here are some tips that we have from our experts. The idea is going straightforward to the information that it's necessary for you, what it matters for you. So turn it clear, make the environment better for people from your team, define all the columns and the policies on the way that it assists your team on resolving the issues, the problems, everything that they are working in a faster way. So in this way, you are ensuring this consistency into the understanding of everybody from the team and the work that is being done by using also these explicit policies that you could be achieving a better result. Also, some use visual cues that we always mention. It's to provide additional information. So, in this way that we are using the colored cards, for example, we improve a lot how we indicate when something is has more priority than others, when we have some due dates or some specific things that we need to keep more attention and identifying it in a faster way. We are also assisting on working with our limits on the definitions that we are working with our team. If we define the WIP limits into our boards, how we could be working on them, tracking our progress with the team and visualizing it in a better way in both columns and also swim lanes. And with all these points that we were mentioning until now, we foster the transparency since anybody that is accessing the boards, the environments, the issues, they are going to have clear information, being a stakeholder, a team member, or external person that is accessing the environment. They could be having all this transparent information and achieving a better communication as well. uh, Also, the boards they are going to be easier to manage and to update the information since the progress of the tasks are going to be more transparent and we can identify in a better way those bottlenecks when we have something urgent that need to be worked on, when we have some blocks since we defined that we would be working in development into just maximum of 5 issues and we are already with 7 in progress, for example. So we can have the attention that is necessary in the points that really matters to us. Also, we will be improving the way we are working with our metrics. Since we are having our metrics more accurate, the information will be really based on what we are doing. Since we can work with our flow diagrams, lead time, cycle time, and some other metrics in order to improve the way we are working the projects with the teams. We could also having a better visual management of our Kanban boards, uh, just in a quick visualization. It will assist us on doing the improvements into our activities and make adjustments when necessary. We also reference the the visual language in here, that we have some references of research support that could assist us on working in a better way with our Kanban boards. So we recommend here these studies about visual management as well, the visual language global communication for the 21st century, uh, that explains a lot of visual management and what is the importance of it. And we also recommend the visual communication here from Paul Martin Lester, that has multiple books and assists us and helps us a lot on understanding how to work with a better communication and why this is important, and demonstrates a lot everything that changes when we start improving it, improve this visualization. Okay, so we also add here into the material that we will be sending to you um, after the session some resources and supports that you could be reaching in order to have some help if you have any questions, if you need to documentation about it. We have access to documentations and tutorials for all the plugins that we have been presenting until now. Also, you can always reach out to the support team if you need any assistance. We are really glad for helping you, and you can be updated with the latest news into our plugins and the next ones that we are working in progress. We have added here in the bottom of the presentation some links of the documentations related to the plugins for both data center and cloud environments, and also a link for our customer support portal. You can access the customer support portal or also send us an email to this direction, the support at jirasupport.atlassian.net, that we will be assisting you as fast as possible. And right now, we open a moment if you have any questions. Uh, we have this time that it's set
Hmm.
for any questions that could be added in the chat. Do we have any questions, Raul?
I think we do not have questions.
Okay, so just for
It's clear.
explaining,
It's clear, Victoria.
yeah, just for finishing here, we also have the contacts of the team. You can always contact us if you need any assistance, subscribing to our newsletters or joining the community, and also the websites. And if you need to contact us for any request, you can also email how or I, and stay connected into our LinkedIn, Twitter, and other networks website.
Yes, we have all the social networks.
Yes. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
Thanks for
you so much.
joining. Thank you, How.
Bye. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you. Bye bye.